So, with the exception of that tiny little glimpse of Randwick racecourse, this is the first time I pulled the camera out today. It's a Tuesday morning, and a very, very lazy ride. Back on my bike, I've explained from my video on Sunday. That's how it looks. And currently in the little ring, going up a very small gradient and panting as though it's Alpe d'Huez, but don't know what that's all about. Shift gear to an easier one. And you know, trying to think about what I want to tell you about. And I want to tell you about a whole lot of things, but each story that I've got, you know, stored up in my noggin seems to be a protracted one, so I'm sort of reluctant to begin because I might end up talking for a long time, and maybe some of it will make sense to you, but it's likely that it's only something that, you know, is reverberating around my brain and isn't really of interest to anyone else. Fuck. It's the off season, duh. Haven't talked a lot about racing at all in 2023. Well, you know, I've published the official Tour de France guide and I've made the occasional post, but I'm itching to get back to Europe, go and watch a bike race or two. But I have some good news for me, and that is I know already in November 2023 that I'll be in Adelaide in January 2024. So if you're going to Tour Down Under, look out for me, say good day if you see me, and let's have a chat about your bike or your riding or whatever floats your boat. Good morning. And I'm going to try and keep this, you know, more constant run of content coming, but it's I don't mind the eclectic nature of the things that I'm, you know, broadcasting on YouTube, but I would like to do a little bit more on my website, on ridemedia.com.au, and I'm sort of shaping up for that now. Yeah, I'm sort of getting ready for racing to begin again. World Tour starts in about 45 days by my reckoning, if I've got my calculations right, with, you know, in round one of the women's in Adelaide, and then in about 48 days, round one of the men's Santos Tour Down Under. So, yeah, I'm just collecting my thoughts before I go down and sit in front of the computer and start writing a few things. Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you more in a minute, once I've gotten past Pothole Alley. Speed Bump Alley. I got a muffin in... Oh, that was a harsh one. I got a muffin in my pocket, chocolate chip, so I'm pretty happy. It's not a very glamorous pose, is it? Just sort of got bored on account of me going so bloody slow this morning. I've just been idling and just trying to, you know, keep my head switched on and not get in a shitty mood and not let things get to me like the shitty weather. It's not that bad, but you know, like, it's been westerly so much of the last couple of months that now that it's onshore and it's spoiling the smooth glassy ocean aesthetic, you know, like, that's reason to complain a little bit. But what did I just say? I'm not going to complain? Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm pretty happy. Tell you a funny story. It's not that funny, but I tried to articulate it to my wife the other day, and she didn't. She got bored. She started sort of nodding off while I was telling it. So see if you can last the distance. In here, I've got 2 scoops of staminade. Do you know why? When I was a young man in Coffs Harbour growing up, we used to do squash. You know that game inside, and I'm sure we played in a building that was just, you know, rampant with asbestos. But neither here nor there. It was bloody hot. It was a sweat chamber, and squash is hot at the best of times. But in Coffs Harbour in the 1970s, the squash courts were toxic. I'm pretty confident to say. Anyway, I loved the game, and I used to play and play and play and sweat my ring off. And then at the end of I could get some refreshments from a bubbler. But on the check-in stand was a one of those like tubs, like a dispenser of staminade, and it was my dream to have a staminade. I just thought that would be so high-tech, you know, like sports nutrition before it was a thing. And anyway, I bought a container at the supermarket the other day because it was on sale, so I feel pretty fancy. Do you want to see it? Look. I don't know if that showed up, but it's green. It's really like toxic green, and I'm sure there's food colouring in there, and I'm sure it's not really that nutritional, but this is definitely not a product endorsement. It's just a nostalgia reference, okay? You got one of those? Okay, I said I'd keep the content coming and keep it eclectic, but I'm sorry about that one. Did you stay awake? Chocolate bomb.